All right, so for today, I want to do a breathing technique to get us started that's a little bit different. And this is a breathing technique that is nice to help kind of energize and reset. It's also a way to get out of your head and really focus on something very intentional. And this is called, the breathing technique we're going to do is called alternate nostril breathing. It's exactly as it is. The name of it is exactly what we're going to do. We're going to alternate breathing between one nostril and then the other. We're going to alternate back and forth. So you're going to basically, and if your nose is stopped up, you might want some tissue. One thing I want to mention before we do this as well is that you primarily breathe out of one nostril at a time. A lot of people don't realize that until you're made aware of it. But now that you know that, you'll maybe start to notice that every couple hours you switch back and forth and you'll breathe predominantly through one nostril, and then it will switch every couple hours to the other nostril. So right now, if you just put your finger over one nostril, breathe in, see how that goes. So that one was hard to breathe out of. Breathe through the other one. That one was easy to breathe out of. I'm breathing primarily through my right nostril right now. And then in a couple hours, I'll probably be breathing through my left nostril. So we're going to create a balance and breathe evenly through both of them. So take your thumb, place it over your right nostril, and you're going to place your ring finger over your left nostril. Go ahead and close the right nostril. Exhale all the way out, and then inhale. Ooh, that one feels hard for me. Then close your left nostril, exhale through the right. Inhale through the right. Close the right, exhale through the left. Inhale through the left. Close the left, exhale right. You can close your eyes here. Inhale right. Exhale left. Inhale left. Maybe starting to get a little easier. Exhale right. Inhale right. Last one, exhale left. Inhale left. Release your hand, exhale through both nostrils. Try to evenly breathe through both nostrils. Inhale. And exhale. Let your shoulders settle. Take a couple more breaths here. Inhale. And exhale. One last breath, just like that. Inhale, feel your belly rise. Exhale, let it go. Let's start to sync movement with breath. Inhale, raise your arms up over the top of the head. Now exhale, reach your right hand to the mat. You're going to reach your left arm across the midline of the body. Get a nice big full side body stretch. And then we're going to swoop that arm around and just switch sides. Continuing to breathe intentionally. Even rounds of breath. Swoop that arm around. Exhale across. Take an inhale. Exhale. Swoop. Inhale. Exhale. Good. Go ahead and release. Extend your legs all the way out. Inhale. Take a deep breath in. Exhale. Fold forward. Just pause here. Take a couple breaths. Note how your hamstrings are feeling right now. Mine are a little bit tight. I've been sitting in my chair doing office work for the last 2 hours. It's a good opportunity to open that back up. Go ahead and slide your hands up the legs. Inhale. We're just going to exhale. Think about it like you're rowing a boat. Inhale and exhale. Inhale. Exhale on the fold. And then slide up the legs. Take a couple more of those. Inhale. Exhale. Last one. Inhale. Exhale. Stay here. Just stay here for about 3 breaths. Close the eyes. If you're comfortable closing them at any point during the practice when we're holding poses. And go ahead and slide them back up. Crisscross your legs. And then we're just going to shift forward, coming up onto our hands and knees into that tabletop position. Hands underneath, or wrists underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips. Let me adjust that just a little bit. Let's just take some rounds of cat-cow here, inhaling and exhaling. Extending and flexing the spine. Take 2 more. Inhale. Exhale, round. Last one, in. And exhale. Let's tuck our toes, lift the knees just a couple inches off the mat. Start to build some heat here. This is a bear pose. Very challenging pose, in my opinion. You might love this one. But it does certainly fire things up. You start to feel that heat in your shoulders and your core and the legs and the feet all the way. The whole body has to really be engaged to hold yourself just a couple inches off the mat. Take one more breath here. And then we're going to exhale, push the hips up and back, making your way into your downward facing dog. And just pedal your feet here. One heel and then the other, touching the surface of the ground or moving toward the ground. It's okay if your heels don't touch as well. Just pedaling those feet. Starting to find more and more space for movement. Go ahead and lift both heels off the floor and then exhale, sink your heels right back down. On your next in-breath, we're going to shift forward, make our way into plank position. And then as you exhale, we press right back into downward dog. Keep moving through that just a couple more times. Inhale, shift forward, plank. On your exhale, we're going to press back, downward facing dog. Inhale, last one, shift forward, plank. Exhale, press it back, downward facing dog. From here, we'll take our right leg, lift it up and back, three-legged dog. You can stack your hips one on top of the other. That's appropriate for your body. Exhale, release that right foot all the way back down to the mat. Lift your left leg up. Stack your hips one on top of the other. Pointing that knee up toward the ceiling. Ooh, getting into those hips. Extend, lower it down. All right, let's shift forward to plank. From here, I'm going to go ahead and just show this from the knees. Lower all the way down onto the belly. Make your way down nice and slow. Take your time. And then we're going to rise up into a little cobra. Press into the mat, but squeeze those muscles on the back. Squeeze your shoulder blades together. And then exhale, release all the way back down. Let's take a couple more rounds here. Just opening up through the chest. Easing into our practice today. Exhale, release it down. Maybe thinking bear pose is not easing into the practice, and I would agree. Exhale, inhale, exhale. Come all the way back down. Let's tuck our toes and then engage your quads so much that your knees come up off the floor. So you're going to squeeze the muscles on the front of your leg. Now push down into the floor. Engage your core. Press up. Use the knees if you need them. Exhale, release all the way back into your downward facing dog. From here, we're going to inhale, shift forward. We're going to take our right knee toward the left tricep and then step it back, and then take your left knee toward the right tricep and step it back. Exhale, make your way to the mat. Use your knees if you need them or don't. Inhale, rise up, little cobra. From here, we're going to press back, downward facing dog. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, let it go. Let's do that one more time. Shift forward, plank. Again, just building some heat. Take your right knee to the left tricep, push it back, and then same thing, left knee to the right tricep. That's a hard one. Exhale. This time you can lower down maybe halfway and then press to the tops of the feet into upward dog, or take any of the previous versions. Press it back, downward facing dog. Deep breath in. Exhale, let it go. All right. Go ahead and step your feet. Let's make the way to the top of the mat, coming into a nice forward fold. Let your head hang heavy, rest. It's all about balance. We do hard things and then we recover, and we do hard things again and we recover. Hopefully our yoga class mirrors our life. We get to do hard things and then we get to rest at night. Bring your hands to your hips, press down into your feet, rise all the way up to standing. Inhale, raise those arms up high. Exhale, slide your right hand down the right leg. Your left arm gonna reach across, and then let's swoop down. Rise up on the other side. Feels so good. Stretch through that side body. Swoop it down. Spend some extra time if you need to, moving that arm. Gaze up underneath your armpit here. And then swoop it down, last one. We'll hold this one a little bit. Again, just moving front to back, working that shoulder, rotating it in and around its socket. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, swan dive down, fold forward. We're gonna step our right foot way back, drop that back knee to the floor, rising up into our low lunge position, opening up the hip flexors. Shifting your hips forward, but at the same time, we want to tuck the tailbone under so you're opening the front of the leg. Take your left hand to your hip. You're going to reach your right arm across the midline of the body. Reach across. And then reach your right hand to the mat. Twist, rotate to the left. Good. Then from here, we're going to shift that left foot back. Just come up and sit on your right knee with your left leg extended, your toes pointing up toward the ceiling. You can bring your hands to your thighs. Keep your back nice and flat, the low back extended. You'll notice if this starts to happen, you've gone too far. Stay up, hinge forward. When the back starts to break like that, come back. You've gone a little too far because we're trying to access hamstrings really in this pose. Take a couple more breaths. Now we're going to start to move with breath. So we shift forward, inhale, and exhale, stay. Inhale, exhale, shift back. Keep going, just take two more. Last one. Go ahead and shift your weight back to your front foot, tuck your back toe under, lift off the back knee. Use your hands if you need to. Inhale, rise up. Take your left hand to your hip, reach across the midline of the body, stretch through that side body. And then we're gonna take that right hand to the floor, twist and rotate to the left. You can open up, extend your top hand there. Good, hold your arms exactly as they are, and then rise on back up to stand in a twisting position here. Bring your hands together. You're gonna hook that right elbow across the left thigh. Adding a rotation. Good, release, rise up. Plant your back heel, transitioning warrior two. Gazing out over your front fingertips. Turn your left palm up, reach back, reverse your warrior. And then from here, we're just gonna pinwheel, bring the arms all the way down to the mat, tuck the back toe or lift the back heel off the mat, and then shift your weight into your left leg. Your right leg's either straight back, you can start to lift it up toward the ceiling if you want. You're just starting to balance on that one foot. You can wrap your hand around your ankle, start with one, and then see if you can wrap your other hand around the ankle. Maybe balance is a little challenged today. It's okay. I've noticed that usually my hand will hit the ground before my face. So you should be fine here unless your balance is really off. And then in that case, I would recommend just keeping your hands down, touching the floor. Go ahead and release. Bring your right foot to the floor next to your left. Forward fold. Inhale, rise up. Good. Exhale, release, come right back down. Bring your hands to the outer edges of your feet. Step your left foot way back. Drop that back knee to the mat. Rise up into your low lunge position. Shifting your hips forward at the same time, tucking your tailbone. Ooh. Notice from side to side the difference you might feel. Maybe one side is a little tighter than the other. That's normal. We don't always move in a very congruent pattern. We don't sit in the same way. We often cross the same leg over the other leg. We do that for hours on end. Creates muscular imbalance. Go ahead and bring your right hand to your hip. Reach across the midline. Good. Bring that left hand to the hip. Bring that left hand to the floor. Twist. Gaze up over your right shoulder. And then from here, we're going to sit our hips back over the left knee. Extend the spine and fold over your front leg. Just stay here for a couple more breaths. Starting to feel those hamstrings open. All right, then from here, we're going to start to move with breath. So you'll shift forward. Take an inhale and an exhale. Really try to tune into the breathing here, and then we inhale and exhale back. Take two more. This hurts your knee, and I know I make these same recommendations every week, but some days your knees might be great, and sometimes it might be a little more tender. Grab a pillow, grab a blanket, put it underneath that bony part of your knee if this bothers your knees. Good, go ahead and shift forward. Tuck your toes. We're gonna rise up into our lunge position. You can always use your hands if you need to for support. Inhale, lift off. From here, we'll take our right hand to the right hip, reach your left hand across the midline. Side body stretch, opening those hip flexors, release your left hand in the mat, twist, rotate. Hold it, what you got. Now we're gonna keep our hands, our arms extended, rise up, and then we'll bring our hands together. You're gonna hook your left elbow across your right thigh this time for that twist. Take one more breath. Release, and back to stand. All the way back around, finding that warrior two pose. Gazing over your front fingertips. So much strength in the quads and the hamstrings to hold you in this posture. Turn your right palm up, reach back. Maintain that strength, those muscles wrapping around the bones of your femur and the front leg. Now pinwheel all the way down. Lift that heel off the mat in the back. We're gonna load on the right foot, coming into your balancing posture. You can bend your right knee if you need to. Blocks are also super helpful to support in this pose if you need something underneath you. Let's wrap one hand around the ankle, see how that goes. And then wrap the other hand around the ankle, switch. You can just go back and forth, start to tell your brain it's okay. And then when you're ready, place both hands around the ankle, hold. Notice that little wobbly feeling you have in the ankle and those muscles that are doing so much work to support you. It's incredible to think about the nerves, the nervous system sending these signals to the brain, and the brain back to the foot, and the foot back to the brain. Release that foot next to your right foot, fold forward. Release, relax, let go. Let your head hang heavy, ragdoll pose. Inhale, when you're ready, rise up to stand. Exhale, let's come right back down, fold forward. Bring your hands to the outer edges of the mat. Take your right foot to the back of the mat. Inhale, rise up, high lunge. From here, we're gonna extend the front leg and fold forward. Just hopping your back foot forward a little bit. Plant your back heel in pyramid pose. Now, if the floor feels really far away, bring your hands up to your thigh, just like we did when our knee was on the ground. We want to keep our back supported and aligned. Take another breath. From here, we're going to start to load on that front leg. Extend your back foot, coming into our balancing split pose. Now from here, we're going to come into a pose we call sumo squats. So you're going to exhale. You're going to bring your right knee behind your left knee, tuck it in like you're doing a curtsy. Inhale, push it back up. Exhale, tuck it in. Inhale, push it up. Good. One more time, tuck it in. And this time we're just going to come down and have a seat. All right, taking your right hand. If you're with me and your left knee's on top, you're going to bring your right hand up, tuck it. Place that elbow across your right thigh, taking a nice deep spinal twist here. Gazing over your back shoulder, pressing your triceps into your thigh and your thigh into your triceps. One more breath. Untwist. Unrotate. Now we're just going to wiggle that back foot around and out a little bit, coming into a double pigeon pose on this side. So you're stacking your shin bones one on top of the other. You might notice if you have a lot of I don't know if you can see because I'm wearing, it looks all the same color, but I have a lot of space here and that's okay. I'm going to stay up nice and tall here, hinge from the hips, and then start to just lean in a little bit. Just a little bit. It doesn't take a lot. Really getting into those hips. Take another breath or two. Last one. All right, let's extend your left leg straight out. Bring your right foot into the inseam of your leg there, and you're gonna fold over the extended leg. Should be feeling this deep stretch through the lower back as well as the hamstrings. All right, we're gonna work our way back out of this position. You'll walk your hands up. You're gonna bring that foot back up and around. We're twisting over, bringing the hands back to the floor. You're gonna press into this left foot. Extend your right leg straight up toward the ceiling. Try one more time coming into that balancing split variation. Take 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead and release your right foot next to your left. Inhale, rise to stand. Exhale, release, swan dive down, fold forward. Take your left foot to the back of the mat. Inhale, rise up, high lunge. Go ahead and extend your front leg. You might want to hop that back foot forward just a little bit, and then we fold forward. You can release your hands down to the floor, to your shin, to your thigh, to your blocks, doesn't matter. As long as you're supported and safe, you're doing it right. We're gonna load on that front leg. We got our sumo squats on this side. Extend your left leg straight back. Exhale, tuck it in. Inhale, we push up. Exhale, tuck it in. Inhale, push up. Good, one more, tuck in. We're gonna set that foot to the floor. Sorry, set your hips to the floor. Coming into the twist on the other side. The left hand's gonna lift up, tuck in over the right thigh, gaze back over your right shoulder. I'm gonna turn around so you can face the computer here. Take another breath and twist. Take your foot off the ground. We're gonna stack our shin bones one on top of the other, coming into that double pigeon pose again. So again, this doesn't have to, the knee and the foot don't have to touch. Try to not sickle your foot though, because that's gonna make sure that you're actually activating and using the hips. Extend through the spine. I'm just starting to fold into that pose. Release. You may notice a significant difference like me from one side to the other. one more breath here. When you're ready, we'll walk it back up. Take our right foot. Extend your right leg, shifting your torso over your thigh and then folding forward. Highly recommend closing the eyes in these deep holding stretches. Feels so good to create space in the body. Improving our movement patterns, our balance, our mobility. I'm going to walk those hands right back in. We'll take the right foot, bring it back across. Last hard thing we're going to do in my class anyway. Go ahead and bring your hands to the mat. Lift back out of that pose into your balancing splits. Opportunity, take that right hand around your ankle. Switch, switch. Then when you're ready, hold for 3, 2, and 1. Release your left foot next to your right. Go ahead and walk your feet out to the edges of your mat and just sit your hips back into a squat, deep squat. If this does not feel good for your ankles or your knees, don't do it. Just come on down to your hips or take a wider leg squat so you don't have to go as deep into the joints. Just working our side to side. This is a great posture if it is accessible to you to do every single day because it accesses your ankle, hip, and knee mobility so effectively. Go ahead and put your hands behind your back. Drop your hips to the floor, extend your legs all the way out. Inhale, take a deep breath in. Exhale, fold. Take one more breath here. Exhale, let it go. Walk our hands back in. Bring your feet together. Cobbler's pose. Bring your elbows to the inner thighs or the inside of your shin bones. Extend the spine, fold. When you're ready, rise on back up. Let's make our way down to the mat into a supine position. You can take your time engaging the core all the way down, coming through kind of a reverse boat pose. Slowly setting your whole body down on the mat, extending your legs, turning your palms up to face the ceiling, letting your feet gently separate. Letting your eyes close. And just for fun, since we started the class today with alternate nostril breathing, we're going to try alternate nostril breathing without our hand. I want you just to imagine, you don't even have to imagine it, see if you can. Inhale a little more through the right nostril, exhaling through the left. Inhaling through the left, exhaling through the right. And know that you're breathing through both nostrils because you're not holding one. Just see if you can feel the flow of the air and exaggerate one side or the other. Mind is incredibly powerful. And also when we give our mind a task, it keeps it busy. Gives it something to focus on. Beyond the things that might be stressing us out or tasks that we need to do. Just focusing on the breath. It's a great tool to help us bring clarity, calm, contentment into our body and our brain. Go ahead and just let your body breathe now on its own, naturally, whatever that looks like. Feel the rise and fall of the belly. Just scanning your body, noticing where there's tension. If you can let some of that go, let it go. Release. Eyes, jaw, shoulders, hips, arms, the legs. You can stay here longer. Please do. If you're going to end this class with me, we'll just make our way over into a side lying position. Left side, right side, whatever side is most appropriate for where you're positioning, and then we'll come on up to take a seat. Thank you so much for joining me today. It's always an honor to get to teach this virtual fitness class and through this platform. I love getting to connect with all of you every week, and I hope this was helpful to get your weekend started. If you have any questions, let me know. We'll be back next week. I'm going to go ahead and stop our recording here.